world had been divided into 8 kingdoms, one for each race. The Elven Sanctuary, home to the Shadow Elves, the cursed forest twisted by the taint of corruption. The Goblin Plains, where orcs and goblins go unchecked. The Forbidden Desert, with its scorching sands and lost cities. The Hell Gorges, filled with lava seas and home to demonkind. The Arcane Valley, where the 8 spheres of magic take root. The Forgotten Crypts, where the dead are restless, and the Frozen Peaks, where the bloodthirsty barbarian horde awaits. Although it has never truly known peace over centuries of existence, the world of Una is about to descend into chaos. For reasons unknown, hordes of monsters are now plaguing the land and threaten its fragile stability. To counter this threat, the Celestial Dragon, last of its kind, had foreseen 8 great heroes that could one day replace him as he draws his last breaths. Each of them had been given a dragon egg to bring to the legendary Mount Dragon in order to become the world's very first dragon souls. Infused with the essence of the dragon, these chosen heroes are now capable of transforming into dragons. Guided by the Celestial Dragon, they have begun their training to replace him. But the dragon has gone missing. Unsure of what to do, they venture forth in hope of shedding light on what is lurking behind all this. Now, let us journey on and meet our legendary heroes. Windy Shores. Our journey begins at Windy Shores, a quiet place of little significance. Many hits, huh? Day doesn't keep the Goblin Bombers, nasty little creatures that love a bang. It's dragon morphing time! Saying, where there is a goblin, there is a swarm! Let me tell you about Grog, a retired half-orc hero who spent peaceful days as a tavern keeper along with his 3 goblin sidekicks. It was a pretty tavern, nestled on the high cliffs of the Goblin Plains, where you were welcomed by the warmth of a good game, a good meal, and a good beer. Without alcohol, of course. One day, grieving families came to inform him that a band of bloodthirsty orcs had kidnapped their children to turn them into slaves. Grog reluctantly left his tavern to negotiate an exchange with those he affectionately called his former in-laws. This is how he learned that his half-brother Bismarck the Destroyer, a purebred orc with a non-existent sense of humor, was preparing to invade the Goblin Plains in order to set them ablaze. That's when he decided to dig out his old combat gloves that he had sworn never to wear again. He then undertook the risky, even dangerous plan to unite the warlike goblin clans in order to face the threat of the orc invasion. A great battle ensued, during which Grog and his army of goblins confronted Bismarck and his legions of orcs. Thanks to his power, Grog transformed into a dragon and repelled the invader with the very short-lived help of the goblins. A year of peace has now passed. However, Grog has heard of a new threat looming over the Goblin Plains. Rumors say that Bismarck has not only returned, but has succeeded in uniting orcs and goblins under one banner. So it seems that Grog must once again put on his fighting gloves and face his half-brother Bismarck the Destroyer. Golden Fields. There is not much to see here, but sometimes you just have to walk to reach places of actual interest. Nothing quite like a giant wasp being crushed under your teeth. You can't believe it's not butter. Finally, less talking and more fighting. That healing? Have to love those warping goblin shamans. Just make sure to keep an eye on them. Goblinburg. As you might imagine, Goblinburg is a place that just crawls with goblins. A great vacation spot for adventurers looking to crack some skulls, if you ask me. Dragon Force! Apple a day doesn't keep the orc at bay. Should I introduce every single new monster? Fine. I'll just go ahead and say it. Wargs. As they are more commonly known, are vicious war dogs usually used by orcs to wage war. Careful not to let them pounce on you. More mobs.
It's dragon morphing time!
Where the heck did that come from? Ah, finally! Orcs! Now these orc warriors are berserker by nature, so make sure to finish the job quickly.
Farmville.
Sure is a strange name for a town. Lack of human imagination, I suppose. It seems that our young adventurers have arrived just in time to save the town. Now it remains to be seen if they can clear it out.
Fire it up!
Ever wonder where all these crates and whatnots come from? They didn't exist back in my days. That was way too easy. Must have been a very old mountain troll, if you ask me.
Dragon Plains.
This place reminds me of a time long lost. It's also the only place worth seeing in this kingdom. I'm sure you're wondering if those are petrified dragons or just statues. Far from me to spoil their secrets. did that come from? Time to introduce you to Orc Defenders. These annoying shield bearers love blocking attacks.
It's dragon morphing time!
Can you find a way around them? Let us see how our heroes perform. Healing? What is that? A goblin vacation retreat? Who even lets goblins desecrate such holy places? A good thing. They are about to get a beating.
Bismarck's Warbase.
Assuming we can trust the goblin, this is where the final stand will take place. taste of things to come. Let's just hope the real fight is more worthy of my time.
It's dragon morphing time! Fire it up!
Many hits, huh?
It's dragon morphing time!
Let's just pretend that didn't happen. If only Bismarck hadn't fled, maybe our heroes would know what was truly going on. Following their epic battles in the Goblin Plains, our heroes regroup at their stronghold atop Mount Dragon. An impressive feast is made by Grog in order to celebrate their victory over his half-brother Bismarck. Roasted maple boar, accompanied by his famous salty caramel brew, are on the menu. A celebration that is short-lived and leaves a bitter taste for some. How was Bismarck able to come to power so quickly? And most troubling, didn't Grog say that his half-brother was dead? How did this all come to pass without their knowing? As night falls, a nightmare crawls into Oslo's slumber. When he wakes in cold sweat, he knows deep down in his bones that he must travel to the Elven Sanctuary.
The Elven Border.
This place is where unwanted travelers meet their fateful end. Let me tell you about Oslo, a banished shadow elf assassin that was forced into exile. Oslo was his family's greatest pride. He was their most talented assassin, even at his young age. He was so good that the General of the Shadow Elves herself attended his rite of passage. This sinister trial involved eliminating intruders within their kingdom. As slavers had foolishly crossed into their lands, he was ordered to take care of them, which he did flawlessly. As he was about to pass his trial, an unexpected twist of events occurred. Indeed, the slavers had a young phalanx girl as their prisoner. He was naturally expected to take care of her, for she too was an intruder. However, against all his training, he turned his blade against his brethren and protected the little girl. A high crime for which the punishment was immediate banishment. His family name removed, and his eyes branded yellow. He was left with nothing but his life. He swore on that day to dethrone the general and her twisted ways. Having no hope of defeating her, he decided to undertake the impossible, to seek out the celestial dragon in order to become the first Dragon Soul. Through blood and sweat, he was forced to challenge the dragon to a mighty duel. Although the underdog, Oslo's incredible intellect guided his blade to victory. With his newfound strength, he returned to his homeland to confront the General. In an epic finale, he and the General's forces clashed. During the battle, her magic backfired and turned her into a horrific Spider Queen. Ultimately, Oslo was victorious, but today his victory seems short-lived as shadows whisper of her return, forcing him to travel once more to the Elven Sanctuary. It obviously seems like our heroes are most unwelcome in the Elven Sanctuary. But they are not the kind to get slowed down by such trivialities. An apple a day doesn't keep the order. Hear that? That is the distinctive sound of hunter wasps, nasty flying insects that attack anyone and anything they come across. Don't let them hit you with their darts.
Fire it up!
Den of the Damned.